Who is the hook killer on General Hospital is the top question on fans' minds. Is it Heather Weber who's behind all the killings? It feels a lot like the serial killer case was begun without a culprit in mind. But either way, the hints dropping point to a perp who's been off-screen during the recent murder and mayhem on the ABC soap. There's a pile of GH fans who think Heather Weber, Allie Mills, is the evil schemer who's the hook killer. But is this even plausible? It doesn't make much sense on the ABC soap opera, but they might twist it to fit anyway. Do you remember on General Hospital that Heather had flesh-eating bacteria that you only get in exotic locations? And the venom that's on the hook is also from a similar remote locale. Is this a coincidence? In the past, Heather Weber proved she could escape from Darkham Asylum, aka Darcham Mental Institution, to run amok. But has she been running around killing people for months? Maybe. But why, you remember, all of the past killings seem to be tied to Esme Prince's Avery Kristen Pohl trial. But it was only a couple of weeks ago she found out Esme is her biological daughter. So if Heather were the killer, what's her motive? If we accept that Heather Weber is the hook killer on General Hospital, the question is why she started killing. All the targets were linked to the revenge pasterisk on tape of Cameron Weber, William Lipton, and his girlfriend. But remember, Jocelyn Jacks, Eden McCoy, was also a hook target who barely avoided attack. That's when the culprit got Brando Corbin, Johnny Wachter, instead. So what's the motive behind all this if Heather's wielding the hook well? Perhaps she attacked in revenge on behalf of Cam. Her son, Franco Baldwin Roger Howarth, really cared about his stepson Cameron, and he would have hated to see him publicly dragged this way. So one possible motive is payback for Cam. Another is that the attack centered around Sonny Corinthos, Morris Bernard, as once suspected on General Hospital. Heather knows Sonny hated her beloved son. The notion that the hook killer is slain to punish those who helped Trina Robinson, Tabiana Ali, get a not guilty verdict doesn't match any motive Heather Weber might have. Why? The killer seemed to be pro-Esme. But until very recently, Franco's crazy mama had no reason to do anything to help Esme Prince. In fact, the young woman wasn't even on the psycho's radar. She didn't know that was her biological daughter until Ryan Chamberlain, John Lindstrom, told her a couple of weeks ago. So it might be that this General Hospital fan theory about Heather is accurate, but it doesn't make sense. Yet this wouldn't be the first time that the writers pivoted and changed a serial killer culprit to one that didn't make sense. Remember D.A. Paul Hornsby as the GH Strangler, although he had firm alibis for a couple of the killings. The hook killer strikes again as Port Charles rings in the new year. Wait to see if the kill makes sense as a target for Heather Weber. A more logical candidate is the sketchy ADA or the corrupt deputy mayor. But logic might not play into this serial killer reveal.